offside. No run. Comes to Terrence Hines, who has had a good day as well for Trinidad and Tobago.
Durham is looking pretty steady. We know he has competencies with the bat. He's looking steady. And it comes down to how long can he survive.
He's getting one. That is playing away out to the mid-on region. No run. I think Charles is just not being patient enough. I think he's almost wanting it too much. Just needs to continue to bowl and allow it to happen. This one is, again, a little bit of a quick delivery outside the line of the off stump. Durham picked up the line pretty early and doesn't offer a stroke. No run. Here is he in to Durham, and Durham is again playing a defensive shot to that delivery. Brian Charles, all dot deliveries so far in this over. They've just asked two of the fielders to go a little bit deeper, and Charles, then Durham actually gets the run out to Hines at that deep mid-off position and ends the over. At the end of it, the score has moved on to 83 for 8. 83 for 8. Durham moves to 9. Greaves is on 47, but Greaves has not been able to get the strike for a little bit, as the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force, they're preferring to bowl to Durham, trying to get the 9th wicket, which will then bring in just O'Shane Thomas, the last player, last batter for the Leeward Islands in this innings. And Durham is dropped.
Oh, that was a hard shot.
He hit it hard.
Django, wow.
To Django at that straight mid-wicket position, and he's holding on to his hands. Hope that he's not badly injured.
He hammered that one.
Was hammered to Django, and he put it down. Wow. He looks as if he's going to
straight off the field.
Come off the field. So
that would be difficult after a lovely double century, but Durham really hit that with a lot of power. And although Django was about 30 yards away, or let's make it at least 25 yards away, whatever the injury, we just trust and hope that it's not anything too bad. We hope that it's just temporary. That can be. Action continues, though.
Durham plays this one into the region of the man at short leg. No run. Carey Pierre is bringing him forward, and he's just getting a looped delivery that he's playing defensively. So there are 5 fielders around his bat. Daniel Durham, as he faces Carey Pierre, who is bowling around the wicket to the left-hander. I would love to see Carey Pierre had stayed over the wicket, and just as I said so, I say so, he's decided to go back over the wicket, almost as if we're wired together. Here is he in, and here is an appeal. He was looking to swing that one away. Let's see what took place with that one.
Why would he go to such a rash shot?
Swinging, going to a rash shot and taken on the body. Not out, says the umpire. He's back to a defensive stroke as he plays it back along the pitch. And there is no run. 83 for 8 at the end of 44 overs. The Leeward Islands Hurricanes, they are in dire straits. They are in serious trouble. And from the time they lost Kadeem Henry early on in the second innings without scoring, and Michael Louis making 3, Joe Landreau 2, Casey Carty got 8, Hamilton 3, Jeremiah Louis 4, Raheem Cornwall a 1-ball duck, Nathan Edward 4, and it's Justin Greaves who's not out on 47, and Daniel Durham who is not out on 10, doing a little bit of a partnership for the Leeward Islands right at the end, as this ball is played away into the leg side field by Captain Greaves. He gets his 48th run.
And here is the point about Greaves batting, the standout as little as it is in the context of the Leeward score and in the context of the match, is that he has basically been there. He has looked untroubled while the other batsmen surrendered. And also he has infused that confidence onto Daniel Durham, that he has gotten up to double figures. He has exposed him, given him the strike, and he himself has started to, you know, lift his game.
So Durham gets a delivery that he's looking pretty assured at playing in the defensive shot. Charles continues to bowl to him. I just still think that Charles is bowling a little bit too quickly.
And too flat.
Just needs to slow it up, give it a little
And
loop
put on
and
the
allow
revs.
it to spin.
Yes.
Because we've seen spin on this pitch.
That's
Here
a
is
better one.
the better one, and he's getting the turn. So that one was just a little bit of a loop, and just allowing it to turn, and it spun quite a bit. Here is he angled into the pads. Batter was looking to turn it away on the onside. It's a stifled appeal.
Now you see the players, the fielders in the deep are coming back.
Yeah, they're just trying to go deep to maybe just give that single to Durham so that they can get another over at him. And Durham picks up the line of that one outside the line of the off stump and just allows it to go by, which will mean that Justin Greaves will be on strike for the next over. And at the end of this over, 84 for 8 is the total.
Looking also at the context of the overs, the Leewards 45 overs so far in this innings. And in the first innings, only 60.5 overs. The Red Force, 110 overs. And they would have batted so well and losing only 5 wickets. And I think it's really a huge gap between the teams.
Certainly. Here is Greaves getting his 49th run as he bangs one out to deep cover on the boundary. That looks to be James, who has come onto the field.
Yes, to replace Django, Joshua James.
Carry Pear is going to continue around the wicket. And delivery that is played away by the left-handed Daniel Durham, no run. 85 for 8 in the 46th over of the second innings. Here is an appeal from the Trinidad and Tobago team. Not out, says umpire Butler.
Well, they will be appealing everything.
Sorry, umpire Leslie Reefer.
They'll be appealing for everything because they really want to get over it before the day is done.
Durham is hitting one out into the mid-wicket region for a boundary. Picks up 4 runs. It was right up to him and he was swinging it. Just for a moment, I'd lost sight of where the ball went, but it went into the straightish mid-wicket region and over the boundary for 4. So Daniel Durham moves to 14, and the total has moved on to 91 for 4. He goes again. This time the ball leaves the bat in the air and falls over the top of James. They're able to come through for a run.
Well, he's showing aggressive intent then more. He's picking the runs, but that one could have been a little dangerous. It went in the air. He didn't time it, and it was just a few yards away from Joshua James, who was running back.
Score has been corrected. It's 90 for 8. I thought that's something that seemed a little bit off. Greaves gets just one delivery, and he plays it away up to the mid-off region. Can't score, so he remains on 49. 15 is Daniel Durham. 90 for 8 is the total. So we see 13 remaining, and we've reached the 5:15, but no doubt they're going to try and enforce the additional 30 minutes and see how far they're able to get with it. We're just looking to see who is that bowler. Charles is going to continue. So with 5 men around his bat, Durham faces up to Charles and gets it away on the leg side, no run.
That's a good one. That one really spun. That's what you have been speaking about. He angled it into the left-hander, touchdown just about middle, and then left him, squared him up a bit.
He has to bowl a lot, bowl many more of those type of deliveries.
Then he reverts to
pace, that quicker type of spin. Brian Charles, here we see. He's bringing the bat forward.
He didn't have a clue about that one.
No. This is Brian Charles. Had 3 wickets in the first innings. Delivery that Durham is playing defensively. No run.
And his 3 came towards the end of the innings, ripping through the tail or the lower order of the Leewards. A single to Durham at the end of the over. So Justin Greaves will have to wait a little bit more.
Yep, to get that half century.
And all that is important because you have made the point you're playing for the team, but you also have your individual landmarks to look about and the pride with which you display yourself, your personal brand. When you look at the scorecard, let's say the Leewards are fold for 100 and plus, or and then Greaves looked and he said, well, on that game, what did you do? As captain, I tried. I scored 50. I batted for a while. You become the standout and you take personal responsibility.
Carey Pear is going to continue as the sunshine is back with us momentarily. Outside the line of the off stump again, just beating the bat of Daniel Durham. Pushed at that one. Didn't get anywhere close to it, just allow it. It went into the gloves of wicketkeeper Joshua De Silva. Ooh, almost undoing him on that occasion. That one kept a little bit low. And Durham was on the back foot, but he got the bat down pretty quickly. Again, this delivery from Carey Pear. And I think it's easier. It's easier when he's bowling around the wicket to Durham. Now that he comes back over, I think that he'll be more effective. This is Pear, left arm over. And Durham is swinging at that one. There was an appeal not out, says the umpire. Ball probably angled towards the leg side.
The trajectory of the delivery, Pear, That may have been the cause. It may have been continuing down leg. That may have been the umpire's perception, because there was no issue about, its height or anything of that sort.
I think he was almost pushing that one.
And remember, he has long reach. Tall left-hander.
Pierre continues. And almost dragging one back up on the inside is Daniel Durham to end the over. So at the end of it, Leeward Islands Hurricanes, they are in dire straits. They are 91 for 8. Durham is on 16 and Greaves, he's not out on 49. Partnership is 23 between these two. Looks as if it's Brian Charles that's going to continue. But he's going to continue this time to the Leeward Islands captain in Justin Greaves, who is not out on 49, and no doubt will be looking for a personal milestone to get a half century in this game. Will be the first half century for the Leeward Islands in this tournament. The only other batter to get close was 44 in the first innings from Jamal Hamilton. But it has been a horror show in terms of the batting for the Leeward Islands in this match. Greaves continue to play well, just playing defensively into the offside from Charles's bowling. He's trying to get that 50. He's working one on the leg side, but the ball going to that short fine leg region. Fielder is posted there, no run. He's trying again to beat that man at short leg. Ball just cannons into the legs of the short leg fielder. Keeps Greaves honest, keeps him on 49. He's facing up now. Greaves is hitting one over the top of the long on region and into the boundary for 4. So he hit it deliberately over the top of the mid-on fielder and picked up his 50. Greaves goes to 53, and well played by him, the Leeward Islands captain, getting a half century in dire circumstances.
Yes, and what a way to bring it up. 53 Greaves with a shot of authority, a mark that seals his authority as the leading batter of the team. And when his team needed him most, off 117 deliveries, Greaves, and batting well to save face, not just for his team, but to show his competency as a top batter. 53 runs from 117 deliveries, 7 fours, and I think that there is a personal satisfaction amidst the disappointment and the demise so far of his team.
Yeah, sure. He has batted well. It's not a fluke, this 50. He's looked the best of the Leeward Islands batters so far in this game. He got a single just at the end of that last over to get his 54th run. So he's there on 54, 96 for 8. So I think we're going to play for an additional 30 minutes as long as there is still a possibility of victory for Trinidad and Tobago Red Force.
Well, by now it may be another 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Because we would have eclipsed the 5:15 mark. It's now
so we're looking to go until 5:45. Here is this delivery, and Greaves is playing it back along the pitch. Carry Pierre fields his own bowling, no run.
And the light is still good.
Yes, light is still good. These days, the light goes pretty good until almost 7 p.m.
Yes.
here in Antigua and Barbuda. We've had some long days, sun coming up pretty early in the morning and then going down a little bit later than normal as we approach the summer months. Pretty soon, maybe in a month or so, we're approaching summer.
And also the position of this field is part of that.
Here is delivery that is bold. He drove at it outside the line of the off stump, but he missed it completely, Daniel Durham, and the stumps are knocked down. Let's just have a look again, because we couldn't see it clearly with his back to us.
Oh.
Yeah, that one just cut back. They took
Big
him on the
time.
pad and went onto the stumps. Had that not hit the stumps, I can imagine Carey Pierre would have been having an almighty holler at the umpire, but the ball went on to hit the stumps of Daniel Durham, and so he's out for, we'll get his personal score in a short while. Daniel Durham was
60.
out for 16, and it means that O'Shane Thomas, another left-hander, and the final wicket for the Leeward Islands comes out there 97 for 9. 97 for 9.
And it's not T20 you're listening to, it's for the game.
And we'll just
Still trailing by 277 runs. That's improbable. What is more possible is for the team to fold before the end of play. And
just have a look and see what our fans are saying.
97 for 9 on the back of just 138 in the first innings.
Not been a good match for the Leeward Islands in terms of their batting, and this first delivery to the new batter in O'Shane Thomas is played defensively. No run. Carey Pierre is in, and Thomas is reaching for one. Not really moving his feet, but just getting the bat onto that one, playing it out into the offside field, and they're able to survive. So he survives, 97 for 9, and Carey Pierre 4 for 37 of 19 so far. He would be happy with that.
Certainly, he will be happy with that return, eclipsing what he did in the first innings. He had 3 wickets in the first innings for 34 runs from his 19 overs, and this time he has 4, so he has accumulated 7 in the innings, and 50 overs though the Leewards for their 97 for 9, and this is not good. 145 overs for TNT. Finish it off then more.
This delivery is struck away by Greaves out to the long on region. Looks as if it's Hines, who has had a very good game for Trinidad and Tobago in this first encounter, getting 100 not out, and to add to that double century that was made by Amir Django. And Django is off the field because he had a ball that was struck pretty fiercely to him by Daniel Durham, and he got struck on the fingers. He went off with the physio. No doubt he's having some ice put on it. Here we watch as Charles is hoping that he can get the final wicket, that of O'Shane Thomas. And there are 2 slips. There is a leg slip, there is a short leg, and a silly point. They now go down as Charles is flighting to O'Shane Thomas, and Thomas misses that one outside the line of the off stump. It goes into the gloves of the wicket keeper, Joshua De Silva. No run. Charles will try once more. That one was getting a little bit of turn, and just trying to keep it out was O'Shane Thomas, the fielder in front of the bat at that silly point, was diving to make the stop. No run. Here is Charles once more. He's taking him on the pad. It is a loud appeal. Not out, says the umpire. That one just might have been angled towards the leg side. So,
Well, TNT, they really want to wrap up that victory this evening. Hence that appeal.
here is Charles in, and this is another delivery that there is an appeal made to the umpire. Not out, says the umpire. That one probably a little bit too high. That one probably taking him somewhere up on the thigh.
Yes, they're begging for it, and they don't need to because they're really just on the brink of victory here. And perhaps Carrie Pierre may be smiling. You say sometimes you can be a little selfish. I'm not saying he's selfish, but he's sensing maybe an opportunity to have a 5-4.
Wicket haul, yes, no doubt. And he would be happy with that opportunity. And I'm sure that the Trinidad and Tobago captain would be looking to give Greaves the opportunity to get a single so that Carrie Pierre can get an opportunity to bowl at O'Shane Thomas. Here is he in to Greaves. Greaves plays it defensively out into the offside field. Carrie Pierre allows it to roll all the way out to that man at mid-off who is deep. No run.
You see, Greaves gave the tail enders the strike, but he did not give Thomas the strike to Pierre.
Here is Greaves taking another opportunity to play defensively. Yeah, he's decided
an
that
indication of respect that he wouldn't want O'Shane to be facing any more from Carrie Pierre.
Yeah.
Now they're bringing in.
Yeah, just bringing him a little closer, just trying to keep him on strike. Here is Carrie Pierre in to bowl to Justin Greaves. Greaves is playing defensively again at a delivery. That's pitched up to him, no run.
He has gotten a 50 and he would want the team to at least say we scored 100.
He's on 56, 98 for 9. So on the back foot and just playing this one back along the pitch. Pierre fields his own bowling, no run.
I guess the next 13 minutes would be the longest 13 minutes if they were to endure to the end of the day. That may be on Justin Greaves' mind.
Here is Greaves facing as Carrie Pierre is in. Again, he's playing him defensively out into the offside field. No run.
Well, this is the last delivery of the over. It will be interesting to see what approach Justin Greaves take.
It says 8 overs remaining. 8. After this, it will be 7. Here is this delivery that is played defensively back along the pitch. So a maiden over played by Justin Greaves to Carrie Pierre, which means that O'Shane Thomas will then have to face Brian Charles if he continues from this end.
And that would give TNT the wish that they want. They really want to wrap it up today. And Justin Greaves, he's not going to give them that chance personally. So he will be hoping that O'Shane Thomas can survive this over from Brian Charles, or at least get off strike.
Here we watch as Charles is short of a length and playing a good looking shot. There was O'Shane Thomas on the back foot and looking and just punching that one into the offside field. No run. Here is him getting to Charles,
but Greaves is not taking the strike.
Yeah, Greaves
taking the run.
Just decided that O'Shane Thomas will have to bat Charles and he will take care of Carrie Pierre.
But he could take Charles and still get a single to get back down to Pierre.
Not sure what the thinking is. Maybe Greaves too wants it to be over as soon as possible to end the misery. As captain, he would be pretty disappointed with what. Here is he out because he's caught at that short leg position, and that's the end of the match. The wicket of O'Shane Thomas goes down, caught in that short leg position, just sticking one hand out, and we'll try and make out who that fielder is. But he took a nice, smart catch at that short leg position.
Giant
looks
Gooley.
like Jad Gooley. And he took a nice smart catch to end the match. And Trinidad and Tobago Red Force, they have really ramped home to victory here
By an innings
over the Leeward
and
Islands by an
270
innings
runs.
and 270 runs.
This is a humiliation, Denmore. It is not just a victory, it's a victory within 3 days. A victory where they have outplayed the Leewards by a huge margin, scoring 507 for 5 declared over 145 overs after dismissing the Leewards for 138 on first innings. Mind you, they won the toss, inserted the Leewards, bowled them out 60.5 overs, and then, having declared for 507 on the back of 202 not out from Amir Django and 100 not out from Terence Hines and 62 from their captain, Josh De Silva, they were able to bowl out the Leewards for 98 on their second innings, only 52.3 overs during their innings. It is a comprehensive victory for Trinidad and Tobago, victory by 270 runs, a humiliating and crushing defeat for the Leeward Islands Hurricanes, and they would really have some thinking to do. They would have thinking to do, not only those who played on the field, but those who engage in selection, those who engage in training, and the reflection would tell that this is a professionally drilled team, a team that looks miles apart from the one that really came here and looked out of sorts. So that comprehensive win would give TNT first blood, the first team to have a win in the bilateral series, which is in fact a 3-match series against each team in the competition, each of the 6 teams. So Leeward's taking a beating from TNT Red Force. TNT Red Force taking a 1-0 lead, and we're looking to get downstairs soon for the post-game situation. But just to let you know, a comprehensive win by TNT over the Leewards, and they have taken the lead in the 3-match series. We'll be back with you shortly. Highlights of the day. Rakim. Oh, that one went between the keeper. Hines hitting a 6, one of his 5 on the charge against Rakim Cornwall. Nathan Edwards also being unfortunate. That one went wide of Rakim Cornwall for 4. Durham being swung for 4 by Django. It's Durham again being sent, dismissed by Hines. And then here is this beautiful shot that brings up the landmark of 200 for Amir Django, his second. And now we are seeing another celebration at the other end. This celebration is this would have been the century for Terence Hines. Leeward starting, and you see Kadim Henry going, Mackay Louis going, celebration, 2 quick wickets. Anderson Phillip looking to get a second for himself, and he gets it with Joel Andrews' wicket. 6 for 3. Leeward's definitely with the writing on the wall. Not even that 4 could have helped the Hurricanes, because in spite of a little solid response from Greaves with that beautiful 4 and some support from Casey Carty, it has been all TNT. Greaves batted through while everyone else faltered. Really 5 wonderful 4s. And we are looking to wrap it up from this standpoint. Casey Carty going LBW. Jamal Hamilton going LBW to Hines on this occasion. The wickets kept falling without any response apart from Greaves, who continued along the line of playing some brilliant drives. Another one biting the dust. Rakeem Cornwall. Another one, LBW. Carrie Pierre on a hat-trick. Carrie Pierre continuing to do well. Another one padding up, Nathan Edwards. Carrie Pierre's third. Carrie Pierre's fourth. On this occasion, it is Durham. And then the end come. Brian Charles taking the last wicket of O'Shane Thomas for the Leewards to be all out for 98 and losing this game within 3 days for, in fact, losing humiliatingly by an innings and 270 runs. Again, the scores, TNT 507 in the middle of a Leeward's collapse of 138 and 98. So we are just preparing for the end of match interviews. Josh De Silva will be below us, and we would be joining him with Denmore Roberts shortly. Josh De Silva scored 62 and led the team admirably. So at this moment, we will join Denmore Roberts with Josh De Silva.
We're here with the victorious captain, Joshua De Silva of the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force. Josh, tell us your feeling on winning this game within 3 days against the Leeward Islands Hurricanes.
It feels really good. The boys did an exceptional job. Amir Jangu, Jaden Seals, Andy, Tero, Brian Charles, Carrie Pierre. I think it was all around team effort. We had a lot of good showings in this game, so a lot of positives we can take. There's also some stuff we can work on, but I mean, it's always good to win a first-class game nonetheless in 3 days, so moving on to the next one.
And your personal form, you got 62 in the game. Were you satisfied with that?
Never satisfied unless I raised my bat on my helmet, so gave it away there. Had a little bit of a brain fade, I guess. Not much more I could really count on that, but yeah, just moving on. I was happy to get some runs to be in the middle, but never happy with not getting 100.
How do you keep the team motivated? You're coming up against the same opposition in the next round of matches. What do you do as a team to stay motivated, stay upbeat against the Leewards in the next match?
Yeah, the team vibe is amazing right now. Evan Lewis has the men laughing throughout the whole day. I'm really enjoying seeing how he's playing his cricket and how much he's enjoying it. So that kind of energy is just spreading throughout the team. We've done a few team bonding stuff since we've here. We had all fours nights. So yeah, we're just enjoying each other's company. We're here for 3 weeks, so yeah, we're just focusing on the task at hand and being with each other. So yeah, that's all we have to focus on is winning games and trying to play our best cricket.
We see Amir Jango went off with a little bit of a hand injury. Is that anything to worry about?
I hope not. I'll get more. I haven't been in the dugout yet, so I'll find out more. I think he went to the doctor for a scan. So yeah, we'll know more. And he's a strong guy, so hopefully he'll be back and stronger.
So what can we expect for the rest of the series?
Hopefully more of this, more aggressive cricket. Yeah, just positive, not reckless, and just enjoying the cricket that we're seeing.
Thank you very much, Josh, and hope you continue to do well in the series.
Thank you.
So you'd have heard the interview with the captain of the Trinidad and Tobago team, Josh De Silva, who has been very instrumental in his team's victory. He called right. In fact, he won the toss, sent in the Leewards, did everything right in terms of maneuvering the team dynamics to get the Leewards out, and then at the critical stage of his team's innings, stabilized the middle after the Leewards attempted to fight back in the first innings, and it was he who had that first critical partnership with Amir Jango, a partnership of 111 that really brought the team into a commanding position, gave Django the impetus to then partner with the man Terence Hines in a record-breaking 6-wicket partnership of 254, and then it was all TNT over the Leewards, and the Leewards would have been quite disappointed by their performances. It is expected that they would review, I'm sure, the 13-man squad, or if they maintain the 13-man squad, there could be changes. One concern, though, may be the injury to Amir Django. We're hoping that it is nothing serious after he left the field after the ball crashed into his hand from Daniel Durham during that rearguard action, temporary for the Leeward Islands. But it has been a good pitch here. There is no question about the pitch because 507 runs for 5 wickets, and that was really decisive. And Trinidad and Tobago will then move to the stadium with the Leewards to the Sir Viv Richards Cricket Stadium on Sunday for the second game of this bilateral 3-match series. And I'm sure that they themselves would have a nice day, maybe at the beach, a nice day off, and then after that they will want to come again to enforce their dominance so that they can move forward to the final, because the team that ends based on the rules, the team that ends top of the table, or the winners from the 3 different bilateral series, that top team will advance straight to a final, while the second and third teams will play each other for a place in the final. So that's what it is. And right now it's the men from TNT who have their hands up, and they have claimed the first victory, because the other 2 matches are definitely on the way and will end tomorrow. So we have been delighted to have brought you the broadcast. We had a split team, Denmore Roberts and myself, Seth Burton. We started on day 1. We also had Colin James with us on day 2, and Dave Joseph, the expert, the former West Indies player and former Leeward Islands captain, also joined us. So we are very thankful for those of you who joined the broadcast, joined the stream, and on behalf of Jason and all the members here, we were delighted to be with you. Join us the next time TNT and the Leewards do their thing at the Sir Viv Richards Cricket Grounds on Sunday. We will see you then.